how are you doing? Well, so I'm getting regular with my blog. I'm doing them on Mondays and Thursdays, and Monday's going to be talking, Thursdays in the kitchen. I just realized I got so much to say that's not kitchen, so I just thought I'd get caught up um, and get it out of my mind. Not the least of which are these angel healings that I've been going to. I've had 2 sessions now. And I learned about this healer through Jay Denman, who I met through Truth Calkins. Amazing, the network of people, right? And so I'm spreading the word, and then you spread the word, and then we change the world. Simple as that. So there's these points in our lives, you know, sort of a chapter or a fork in the road or something where we remember these things forever. You know, so maybe those are like, you know, a best friend that we had in school, first time we had sex, some kind of music, you know, maybe the first time did drugs, smoked pot or something like that, or, you know, got out of high school, whatever those are. So I've had a lot of transformative things happen. And let me tell you, these angel healing for me is without a doubt, like everything about my life. And this is, I heard Dean Romania Thomas say this about REISHI, that your life is viewed literally pre and post REISHI. Well, I can say that too, or at least for me when I started taking large therapeutic dosages of it. Well, now I've come across something that is like, I will from this point on, this summer, this August into September 2013, I will see my whole life pre and post this point of when I entered this world. So I met this angel healer and took my first session with him. And basically, what you do is this guy Anthony, and it's arcangelhealing.com to get a contact with him, and he's out of Orange County, California, which is about an hour and a half drive for me. It's just a slightly different direction, just as far away as Los Angeles. And so you go there, and he's an awesome guy, and he has an office. And the reason I do like him is because I've come on this point of kind of like not necessarily trusting a lot of healers and people and some of the faux people that are on YouTube. Not that I don't think their intentions aren't great, but I just think that if somebody is doing something else for a living, like that's why I say I'm a little more interesting than most people. There's nothing about any of this that I do for a living. My thing is the music, and then I'm just set up. So there's nothing. It's just authenticity, and that's the same with this guy. So anyways, you basically he's an angel channel, archangel channel, and so you stand on one side of the room and he stands on the other. And he just sort of psychically channels, connects with archangels. They show him your things that are off about you, about your energy. And he did show me a model, well, the model that he works off of, which is just sort of representation, a micro representation of the solar system within you, of how the planets are around you and your different energy bodies and just everything about your body. And he's able to connect in with seeing where your energy is mismatched and in ways that it's not flowing. And this is, you know, we all know that we have these chakra centers. And at no time here am I trying to give scientific credence to this, because I am in your face. I don't care what anybody says that's atheist or whatever. I was probably atheist for like 4 seconds when I was a teenager, when I discovered punk rock, and it was like that was going on, and there is no way that I buy for a second that we are just a random accident thing. We are these amazing, shining beings, and I have never in my life become more certain of that, more focused on human potential than after me finishing 2 of these sessions now. And I emailed Anthony today to get my 3rd session going, and just things about me, blockages, tethers, things where you can't do anything, and just those failures of where it seems like you're taking 2 steps forward, and then like a week or 2 later you've taken 1 7/8 steps back, and that just gets frustrating after a while. And yeah, so after you get diagnosed with all of the mismatched energies and all the entities that are sucking energy off of you, then you sit down with him and talk about it, and he actually like looks at stuff, and then writes, takes notes, and then he finishes the sort of diagnosis, if you will, sits down with you and talks about what these things are, and then you go back to the position, and then you grant the archangels permission to heal and fix all this stuff. Simple as that. Amazing, powerful thing. An interesting thing about this is that I want to mention is people kind of have this black or white thing about like physicality and spiritual beings and ghosts and other entities. And so one of the things that's often happening, my friend Laura has been to Anthony a number of times, and I've been there, where you have these metaphysical entities that are tapping off your energy, that are stealing energy from you. And this happens on a very focused level, and this is just where I just realize that there's so much going on that where people are just blind to stuff, of just thinking everything is physical. And so with that being said, I'm reading a great book right now, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, and by Joe Dispenza, who is in What the Bleep Do We Know? And interesting thing about our physicality and our thinking that everything is, you know, what? So the universe is what? 99, this is scientific, 99.99% nothing. And so for some reason, we choose to look at whatever it is, the 0.0001% that is something. So that by itself is an interesting thing. And so I have broke through a lot. Like I just, I've always had this, like, since I was like 28 or something, this whole weird, bad connection with coffee. And it's been on and off. I've gone periods of time. And by the same token, I've had these weird connections with marijuana. And so, and for me, the connection with marijuana is really my creative side, my being a lover of music and space rock and stuff like that. And if it wasn't for the music, I would honestly be very easily straight edge. And I always would fall back on these things of, oh, I'm not as creative and stuff. Well, I've had a lot of things happen where I am as creative because through these angel healings, I've broken a lot of those blocks, those things sucking energy out of parts of me that need to be connected for the flow of other energies. It's not any different than nutrition, you know, of where critical constituents make other things happen, of where it's a catalyst. And so these things happen on a metaphysical level. And so I just want to finish up off by saying that it's kind of hard to talk about this. It's the actual act of science is a not science thing. So maybe I'll figure out something else to say about this. But I just want to tell you that, man, I'm liberated. I feel like I can fly like you don't know. And I'm just like kind of taking it easy here. I've been on this retreat, recreate myself now. Just where I took a time out from like everybody and everything. I was telling you earlier, the only people I'm hanging out with is basically my family, my bandmates, and my 2 closest friends. And everything else is on hold while I'm just completely redefining myself, of going through this detox. And never before, except for maybe like when I was around Truth Calkins, and I had that direct like fire just coming off of him, which was so inspiring. And well, now it's time for me to be like the fire, and I'm like gonna take this further than I ever did in 2010 and 2011. So anyways, I want to say to you, bright blessings, and perhaps maybe I'll figure out a way of like talking about this more, but it's just kind of hard to talk science, speaking physical about something that's not physical. So I've made major breakthroughs with this metaphysical detox based on my sessions with Archangel Healer Anthony. And so I guess I should say subscribe to my channel, comment below, and I did want to say that who was it here, Sarah's Gabbery, in my comment on my last video, said I have so many blockages, it's shitty, LOL. I feel like I'm a sea of clusterfuck. Don't get me wrong, I'm working hard on myself, just tough work, not as tough as being of Matrix when I know where I ought to be. Yeah, for sure, I know all about that, you know, and that's why I'm reporting here, that I don't know where. I just know that I'm looking at the world through a whole different lens. So anyways, subscribe to my channel, comment below, let me know who you are. I love interacting with people, and through my change I'll radiate outwards and share with you. Support me by supporting my music. I gotta get you guys going over to my Second Culture Music channel on YouTube. I got the same videos reflected there of my music videos, so right here is the link to Second Culture Music on YouTube, and in all 4 corners there is like connections to some of the other videos associated with my music. And please buy my CDs, it's the only way I make music. Although you can certainly enjoy my videos, that's why I put them out there. Anyways, this is Keith, Live Rockstar, saying bright blessings, peace out, and change yourself, and then you will change the world.